Hey guys, Scott here. We're going to do something a little kind of different today. I don't usually do videos exactly quite like this, but we're going to analyze a game that I had yesterday as it's happening to try to understand why this Daryl player disconnected. I cannot for the life of me comprehend why this Daryl player disconnects. Now, usually there's a decent kind of understanding of why a player would disconnect. Sometimes it's like, oh, they got hooked first with Deliverance, or their teammate sandbagged them, or they're going against like Ghoul and they hate the Ghoul, or blah, blah, blah. But there's usually like, you can usually rationalize something, even if it's not like a good reason. At least you can come up with like, okay, but it was probably this that made them do that. This game, I could not do it. I have been trying to have no players disconnect against me in a streak, and I actually got up to 13 in a row yesterday with no disconnects, which is insane. It's a new world record, by the way. But this was one of the games during that streak, and I could not understand why this Daryl player decides to disconnect. He gets chased for a long amount of time, so we're just going to watch the whole chase here. Now, they just did a generator. I have 2 hooks. Things are going whatever. It's pretty neutral across the board here. But let's actually go and watch. This is the beginning of the actual chase here, and you can see him highlighted in red with friends at the end here. Now, this chase goes on for quite some time. Like, usually, like, if he runs into a wall or gets hit early, you'd be like, okay, I can understand why that this player would disconnect, because maybe he was upset with that. But he leads me on a pretty damn long chase. He wastes a lot of my time, during which there is a hook save. One person is working on generators, and then one player starts to reset with healing. So things are happening on his team. He's just leading me on a good chase. I don't really have a power to deal with what he's doing. I'm playing fucking pig. So it's not like I'm playing some crazy strong thing right here. He's got a nice chain tile here just in case that wasn't, a good enough setup there. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can get him here. But nope, there's another chain tile here. But luckily, this tile is pretty weak. And even without Bloodlust here, he's dead. Like, because he doesn't vault the pallet back. This is not an actual 4-lane. That tile is kind of bad. So then he finally goes down after, like, over a minute of being chased. I put on a pig trap, and then he just disconnects. And then that's it. I cannot understand why this guy would give up. Like, nothing in the game had gone wrong before that. There was no sandbagging involved. He got a really nice chase against a really weak killer. Usually, it's like when people go down quickly in a chase because they get hit through lag, or they get hit through a pallet, or the killer's really strong and it's Blight with Lethal Pursuer or something like that. I've long held the theory that Lethal Pursuer has the highest disconnect rate in the game because people don't like getting hit really quickly at the start of the match and going down really quickly. It sets the tone and the vibes of the match, and they feel like, well, the match is over. There's no point even continuing to try this match out. But this Daryl did not fit any of these categories at all. I can't comprehend it. There's nothing else to even talk about in this video. Can someone, we can even go to the end and see what his perks were, if like that was relevant in some way, but there's no pattern. I cannot find any semblance of reasoning as to why the Daryl player would DC. He had Windows, Sprint Burst, and Vigil, so he was trying to get chased. He has like a full chase build, and he got chased for like a fifth of the entire match, and he's still disconnected. I can't. I try to understand everything about this game. That's like my main thing. We can even go back just right from the beginning, just to show you that nothing crazy was happening at the start. There was no sandbagging, just nothing. I have been like losing sleep over this match. I can't determine it. If you guys have any theories, I don't even care about like discussing anything else in this video. I just can't understand it. There's no rhyme or reason for it. Usually there's some pathetic, flimsy excuse. I can't think of anything. This has to be the most entitled disconnect in the history of mankind. I got nothing.